Welcome back, guys, to another Cakecore SMP episode with your host, PatNat. For those of you who don't know, I've been working on the SkyBlock up here instead of the builds. I'm not going to be doing this for the rest of the season, but I do want to do a couple of episodes up here because I'm having a lot of fun working on a SkyBlock and actually trying, which is not something I've done too many times. Last time I showed off the new house. We also made a bridge over there to that spot with JamestheDouglas. Thankfully, I got that guy out of my hair, so we don't have to worry about him bugging us. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this new cobblestone generator. Basically, this is turned into a double. As you can see, we now have a cobblestone generator right here as well. So if I just stand here in mine, I can get cobblestone. But we also have one right here. There's a couple different reasons for that. For one, if you break this block and then you can try to mine both of them at the same time, or you can align yourself to mine 2 blocks at once. Generally, there's enough time to get 2 blocks for the most part, so it is pretty efficient. Also, if I have guests, we can...
Hello.
Hi, James. What brings you here?
I just thought I'd drop in, or whatever the opposite is, by going up. But yeah.
Chop up.
Sure, yeah, right.
Did you get an invitation this time?
Oh, of course.
Okay.
I
might have accidentally sent 2 out in the
Yeah. I totally didn't intercept the mail for Danster, but yeah, no, this was my invitation. I promise.
No! That didn't happen.
At least it was cobblestone and not anything else. Gravel, right? Do you have any duplicate? Are you going to use a duplicator to make these expand these, or are you going to play legit?
I figured I'd just see how it goes.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yep, no worries.
If I need to do it legit, then I can. But
yep.
I think with 7 gravel, I can.
Sorry, I thought I fell out the world. I'm always over dramatic. Oh dear, I placed the wrong thing. Oh, I'm messing things up. I'm sorry. Oh no.
Do you have that crafting table still? Because I could play from down here.
Yeah. I just forgot my hotkeys. I can place it. There we go. I think I got it. Spot? Yep.
Okay, perfect.
All good.
I will block this off down here.
Alright.
So we don't make
I messed up a bit down there, but yeah, you know.
Well, while you're here, James, you know what we could do? We could work on that little mob farm over there that I have started.
Sounds good.
Let me map it out to the viewers real quick. This is going to be a mob farm where they're going to fall down, take a lot of damage, and then I kill them in 1 hit. We're going to have walls that go up right around here, and then you're going to have a big mushroom thing up there, and I'm going to rely on James's help for a lot of that because I'm not really sure what I'm doing. But in the meantime, we're going to be mining some cobble, double cobblestone generator, because we can both be mining cobble at the same time.
Yep.
And while we're doing that, I figured I could just interview James a little bit more, since we only got a few questions done last time. I don't have these written down, I'm making them up on the spot, but hopefully we have some good questions here and there. James, welcome to PatNat's SkyBlock.
Hey, thank you.
So last time we were talking about Lord of the Rings. We talked about a good amount, so I'm going to try to drift away from that. You have done quite a few SMPs in your history. Do you need sticks?
No, I've got some of them. I should be all right. Thank you.
So you've been on quite a few SMPs.
A few, yeah.
In your lifetime. Besides Cakecore SMP.
Yep.
What are the ones that stand out the most to you from your from your memory?
Yeah. No, I know what you mean. Well, I guess first and foremost, yes, I've done a fair amount, but I wouldn't say I've done a lot. There was a time period where I was in a group. There was a group of friends who they liked UHC, did a lot of UHC. They weren't. I wouldn't say they were hardcore PvPers, but then they would make a lot of SCPs too. But unfortunately, the SCPs would last like, a week, and then it would die off, and you'd have people with like 2 episodes out of it or whatever.
Right.
So I used to not join a lot of those just because I knew what was going to happen. It wasn't my ideal type of survival. But to get back to the original question, well, I guess the first. Well, I mentioned Coup de Mine last episode. That was a kind of an SMP, but not really private. It was public. So
right.
I guess moving away from that, RSG SMP. RSG stands for Real Suggestion Gaming. It was myself, my brother, a guy that I knew IRL, and then a bunch of his friends. And we basically just got together. This would have been early to mid 2014, I think. Just after I'd started uploading Minecraft regularly. And it got to the point where, we found ourselves mucking about a lot together, and we just, made an SMP. It was just, the next best thing to do. And it was originally owned by my brother, as in he had the server and all that. He eventually passed over to me about 3 years later, I think, and it went for a good 3 or 4 years. It was good, but very inactive a lot of the time. It was fun just to go on and mess about. So, you know, some nights we would just spend time blasting each other with rockets or whatnot. Here, do you want some cobble? There you go.
Yes, please. I just stand over there creeping until you.
Yeah.
Blasting each other with
rocket, like, you know, the old TNT rockets back in, like, before the TNT got nerfed. You know, you could blast people up. But that was one good night. The point on my channel, I've got, I think, about 100 something episodes of that SMP, and it was good because it was just having fun. You know, like, the episodes didn't need to have structure. You know, it was just I would just record us mucking about, and that was good. I enjoyed that. It was good because it was just chill. It wasn't like, oh, you've got it. Like, I was the only one to record, but that was good just because it was chill. Well, not all the time. We had our arguments, but we're younger then.
Yeah.
So that was good. I was part of an SMP, Pocket SMP. That was I think a recording one. That would fall into the category of those SMPs I mentioned earlier. Although this one lasted longer than a week. I can't remember how long it lasted. It was fairly enjoyable, but again, it was played by people who they weren't really survival people, if you know what I mean. They were more UHC people, so they do all the obvious stuff, but then if you want to progress with survival, you need to think outside the box. Much like this, you know, doing SkyBlock in survival is a great idea. It's thinking outside the box. Some people can do it, some people, they prefer games where, you know, that's not necessary, which is fair enough.
For sure.
So that SMP was fun, but it wasn't, you know, I wouldn't say it was my favourite. The two others that come to mind are, well, the first one is Flatlands, which was obviously done just by myself and Zenger. I'm trying to remember. I get the impression, and he might watch this. I can't remember if I've admitted this to him or not, but if he does, I don't have a problem saying this. But I wasn't convinced calling it an SMP would be a good idea, just because that kind of it's synonymous.
Single player orientated.
Yeah, well, it's more synonymous with a wider community, whereas Zenj and I, it was basically your classic. We shared our items, you know, his items were my items, kind of thing. It wasn't like we recorded different episodes at different times, which I guess you would get on. There's more cobble there.
Real quick, while you're here, am I doing this right? Do you think? Like, is that enough room for them to spawn the inside or fall, or do I need to expand it one block closer?
Yeah. Let me just get in and have a look. 1, 2, 3. Maybe expand one block here and put the wall here. And basically, don't worry about covering over the entrance. Just build a tower up 22 blocks or whatever. Do you need ladders? Because we can make ladders so you can get up and down easier.
Ladders would actually be a good idea if you want to chop down.
I'll get some of them. Where was I? I don't have a problem with calling Flatlands SMP and SMP. It's just at the time it didn't really feel like the best.
It seemed more of like a regular cooperative series, kind of almost like a CTM where you're working towards the same objective.
Right. But at the same time, it's kind of cool to call it that. You know, it is kind of a unique name in that. So either way, I don't have a huge issue with it. And that's why I didn't make a huge issue at the time, just because it seemed cool at the same time. Right.
I will say that that was probably one of the SMP that I was most interested in of yours.
Right.
Other than of course Cakecore, but that's a little bias. But also there's another SMP that I'm surprised you haven't mentioned yet, because it was like one of the best SMPs out there, and that was the Bad Lion SMP.
Oh right, yeah. I totally forgot about that. That was a great SMP.
That was great.
We
love the 2-minute episode. That was great.
That was insane. Like the dynamic of because it was done with 2 other guys. One of them was I'm not sure if I should say a German living in Switzerland, and another one was just an American, and we just had such a weird dynamic because, like, obviously I was a lot older than the 2 of them, and the 2 of them really hit off well. And I know it was like, I'm not saying it was bad. It was really good. It was really fun. I enjoyed like all the stuff we did together. It's just a really weird
concept.
Yeah, well, it was a weird
Oh,
concept
a
for an
group of
SMP,
people.
and the group was because we did a lot of PvP together and UHC and whatnot. But yeah, anyway, it's kind of like you're unlikely people. Yeah, you're the most unlikely people to ever meet, unless it was via Minecraft or gaming or whatever.
Right. That's what's kind of cool about Minecraft in general, I guess.
Yep. Oh, and one other SMP I forgot to mention was Expanse SMP, which it was one I owned briefly. Didn't last too long, but it incorporated the Minecraft border expanding concept, so that was pretty fun.
Right. Okay.
Can't remember how many episodes I recorded of that, but I recorded a few. But yeah, that was that. That's my history of SMPs as far as I can remember.
Real quick, you said 22 blocks up. Does that include the slab or 22 after that?
I wouldn't worry too much. Just do 21. Just do
Okay.
21, and
Okay.
just don't go beyond 23, because then
Right.
the mobs will die.
Right. Okay. One, two, three, four.
If you get it wrong, it's not a huge deal. Put it that way. So just
right,
do what you can.
I should make one block tower first, right? And then.
Yeah.
Oh, you okay?
Sorry, no, I just fell off a tree, but thankfully I fell
Okay.
into water. I've got 45 ladders. I'll just bring them over to you.
Oh, awesome.
Alright, there we go.
Also, if you have any extra cobble on you, I can.
Oh yeah, I've not really
Yes,
been. I was
that too.
chopping trees. Here,
That's
do you want to pass me some cobble, and I'll build up real quick? Or do you not
Okay, then
much?
you want me to ladder? No, I got cobble.
Okay.
And then do you want me
Yeah.
to-
Feel free to ladder.
Okay.
So
Sounds
I
good.
guess how high have you gone so far?
That's 4 blocks right there.
I guess you go from down here. Like if you take off this fence,
Yeah. That's
and
that's a
then
good way to do it.
so
And
this
then
is
there's
what,
water right there if you need to
one.
jump.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. If you go one more, actually no, take off that, and then from here, yeah, you can start building up. So that's basically goes as high as that, I would say, if that's okay.
Ooh. Looking down, that freaks me out a bit. Oh, jeez. Oh my gosh, I almost
What's
fell
up?
off.
What's up? Oh, okay, right.
We're good.
Oh,
We're good.
gee, what's that? Is that
I
for
really
safety?
don't like. Yeah, I was
Okay.
gonna make a tunnel up. For
Okay.
Safety.
Oh, I can help.
Okay. I'm gonna go start mining some more blocks
Right.
to get them. I might nudge you off an accident. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
Anyway, so now as far as what were we talking about? We're talking about SMPs. You mentioned some of the memorable ones. What about memorable moments in SMP?
All right.
Are there any
Yes.
like moments that really stuck out to you?
Ooh, there's a few, yes. So Pocket SCP mentioned that earlier. Zenj and I spent about 4 hours one evening. It's one of those classic ones. You remember the nights that you spent doing something insane. We built a pumpkin farm up to the world height limit.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was an episode. I can't remember if he recorded it, but I certainly did. So that was good. I mentioned the RSG moment earlier with regards to the whole. We had that one night doing rockets where we just one of our members decided to go and live as a bit of a hermit way off, and we went to visit him, took a bunch of TNT, and we just spent our time blasting ourselves up to the world height limit or beyond the world height limit with TNT. So that was good. There's so much stuff from the RSG SMP. I would need to like go and look through all the episodes to figure them out. When we first fought the dragon, that was a pretty interesting, memeful, memingful. No, excuse the pun. That was a good time. And what other SMPs? Obviously, Badline SMP, just because it was Badline SMP.
Yeah.
Flatlands at the beginning. The beginning of Flatlands was a lot of fun because
Yeah.
the dynamic of having to work with that, work in that environment and just really survive. That was obviously a real challenge. Obviously, doing that in hardcore mode or even ultra hardcore mode would just be crazy.
Right.
But if anyone's willing to try it, go for it. It would be
I'm
interesting.
surprised there actually aren't as many Flatland SMPs out there. I'd imagine it'd be a more common game mode.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I think it might be more popular back in the day. I don't know, maybe not. It's just
true, maybe.
just my thoughts.
Maybe people are just tired of killing slimes.
Yeah. Well, see, that's the thing. When we were setting up, I'm not sure if I've said, but when we were setting it up, we had the option to obviously nullify that. There was different presets which we could do, but ultimately we went for that one because we thought that would have the most challenge. Here, do you have any cobble?
Gotcha. Yep. Where are you?
Here, right behind you. One of the presets basically was just a massive. Yeah, you took most of it.
Ah, I did take most of it.
Apologies, I wasn't there quick enough to catch it. Yeah, one of oh, I might have food. Is there any melons?
Here, you can take these. I'll grab.
Okay, thanks.
The chest. Oh, there's no more on the chest.
Here, just split these. There you go.
Yeah.
There's plenty for both. Sorry, what was I going to say? Yeah, one of the presets was basically just a massive plains biome, which was good because it meant no slimes, but it had a lot of resources, so I didn't really feel that would be. We didn't really feel it would be as challenging because we could get things like sugar cane, for example, really easily. There was loads of trees, that sort of thing. Whereas with the classic super flat, you've got to really explore, look for villages, for chests, that sort of thing, and really grind for it. So that was, even though it's harder, that was more appealing in my opinion.
Right.
So. Yeah, I would say the start of that. As I said, the RSG SMP, I could probably sit here all night telling you about what we got up to.
Right.
And that's kind of why I've got a YouTube channel, is because I wanted to document that sort of stuff. So it's all up there somewhere in 10 FPS, which is what I used to record in. I just can't remember.
It's cool to know though that like everything we do now is very legitimately documented.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on the most public website in the world, arguably.
Yep.
Other than Google, obviously.
Yeah.
But in a way, it is on Google, so it's a weird topic.
Yeah.
Facebook still, I think YouTube surpassed Facebook recently.
You would have
Facebook
thought so.
Actually has been getting a lot less viewers as of late, but Reddit also surpassed it. But anyway, yeah. So it is cool just to know that everything we're doing, like. This won't go away, 20 years from now, we can both look at it and just be like,
yeah.
It's kind of the beauty of this. Okay, so we talked about SMPs a good amount. We talked about other games you were playing, but let's talk about one of the focuses. Here you go, young lad. Let's talk about one of the focuses you had for a while on your channel. Maybe still do. It's a pretty prominent focus, and that, of course, is UHC.
Right. Yeah.
You've made several videos documenting what your favorite moments of UHC were and stuff like that. But if you have a couple you'd like to recap to this video, then feel free to do so.
Yep. Let me think. Probably first and foremost, my favorite RR, which was linked to the Pocket SMP I mentioned. It was a Pocket UHC season 6, season 5. Sorry, managed to get 6 kills or something. The roster was very challenging. There was a lot of good players, and I didn't expect to get the most kills. I didn't win, unfortunately, but it was, I don't know, it just had a real story, a real dramatic element to it, which you don't always get with UHC because games don't always turn out like that. But this one really was, it had an element of drama to it as well as action, which I really liked. It wasn't just the fact I did really well. It was the fact it was dramatic. Other moments that are not RR based would be my UHC highlights, which I really enjoy looking back on. It's probably the series I look back on most. There was one game which I think is number 80. Probably my favourite UHC game was a really long game on the Eximius network where we made a trap, and a mate and I made a trap, and it was I managed to kill a few players with it. It was a really, really good game. I know I'm not really sounding all that excited. It's a while ago now.
No, that's okay.
It's actually, I think, 3 years ago, almost to the day, or maybe it was last month. Anyway, yeah, so that was good. A lot of Sonic Joy's games were good. I really enjoyed those.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I feel okay about mentioning. I don't really talk about this because I don't want to seem like that sort of thing, but I doubt anyone, with all due respect, that would care will watch your channel. But basically, the game I killed X in the story, and that was, it's one of those moments where, people would go, oh, I get overexcited about it. At the time, I managed to suppress my emotions. I wouldn't say I was uber excited about it, because I only shot him once, and that was it. Sorry.
Is that the person who's in Joey's chat for a little bit?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The big YouTuber guy.
Right.
It's not so much because he's a big YouTuber, but more because
he's a really good player.
Yeah, I followed him for a long.
Gotcha.
I followed him for a long time, and I know he's a really skilled player, and it was nice to I faced him in battle before, but he'd killed me. But it was nice to face him in battle, kill him, even though it was one shot. It wasn't the most exciting fight. Well, no, sorry, it wasn't the most exciting conclusion to a fight because he was low, but that was particularly enjoyable, I should say. So.
And did he started switching to 1.12 for a while, right?
Yeah, I honestly don't know it's one of these things. A lot of these sorts of YouTubers have moved on to things like Fortnite, Overwatch.
Gotcha.
Okay. Funnily enough, the top Minecraft player back in the day, probably we're talking 2016, middle of 2016, the top Minecraft PvPer. Sorry, I'm behind you.
Oh, I was looking for it. I was like, James hasn't asked me for stone in a while.
What was I going to say? Yeah, no, the top Minecraft PvPer, a guy called Dante. Sorry, you just picked up more stone.
Of course I did.
He actually joined an Overwatch team, like a professional team recently, or not recently, but I think last year.
Oh, like an esports team?
Yeah, which is really, it's weird to think about because he was obviously top player in Minecraft, and
right.
Oh no! Skeleton spawned. Spawned.
Need help?
I'm in trouble. I'm coming.
Ah! I'm coming. Got him.
Hey, all right. Thank you. All right.
Do you need some torches?
They would actually be much appreciated.
Here.
Oh man, but yeah, no, it just goes to show that he was the best at Minecraft, and the only reason I say he's best because he was top on Badline for the most popular kit, which was the Build UHC kit. So he was top at that, and he won a lot of UHCs. But then he goes to another game, which probably it requires a lot of skill, and he's good at that. So it's really weird to just, well, for me anyway, to contemplate that. But there you go. So yeah, there's many UHC moments I could talk about. I don't think I would do them justice just here, and obviously they're only really meaningful to myself. I'm sure you've got your favorite memories in that, but obviously it's it means different to different people.
Right. Actually, some of my most fond memories, which was in Ultra Cakecore, was before season 3 and season 4 for that matter. We were like a really small group, and we were just like hanging out and making jokes together for a while. I remember. I remember before season 3, it was just had a lot of fun just talking to everybody about stupid stuff and just making jokes about everything. That was, of course, when Spotters was first appeared, and he was very funny, obviously. So it was just a lot of fun, like hanging out. And then we did like, the Spencer thing that took such a long time and made everyone's intros an hour long, but we all just had a lot of fun doing it anyway. It was just like a big contrast to a lot of RRs you see today, like where the basic, like you'll hear the introduction where it's just someone like, hello and welcome to this season 55. Today it was hosted by this person, map was made by this guy, renders were this guy, and now he will do the rest of the talking. And it's like, so the teams, we have brown team, but like I don't mean to like, disrespect that, obviously.
I know.
It just seems like that seems to be the general tone of a lot of this.
Sure.
But like in season 3 and 4, I just remember maybe excluding Balone because he's always more into the competitive aspect. But we were just hanging out and talking. We took forever to give the different teams in season 3 and whatnot. And we were all just really friendly to each other and whatnot. And those always were good memories. As the group got bigger, obviously I wanted to not waste time for other people and stuff. So
right.
Season 3 and 4 kind of stick out to me other than the others. But it's Yeah, those were some good times for sure. I remember when we were giving the different colors, and every time a color was relieved, Alton would yell out "rigged." It was just very funny. Good times.
I fond memories of season 2 because that was the first season I did.
True, yeah.
I just moved into a flat like the day before, and
Right.
it was like I remember I was quite ill at the time, but it was like the first time I'd done it was second time I think I'd done a 1 point post 1.9 UHC, and it was just a lot of fun. Teaming with Danster and that. So yeah.
Yeah. I somehow have I don't have any memory of season 2, to be completely honest. It's completely I don't remember any of the conversations we had beforehand or anything like that.
That's what YouTube's for. I remember the post game. Post game commentary was good. I enjoyed that. The post game.
Oh, I remember enjoying that too. Yeah, I don't remember what it was, but I enjoyed it. Are you out of cobble again?
I had some in my hand there, but just I thought I'd come and get it anyway. I'll tell you what I'll do. I'll try and fill out the outer rim of the 20x20, just so you know where to go in case we need to stop or whatever.
Right. Gotcha.
And then you'll know roughly what to do. Not really, but I mean, hopefully you would.
Right. These leaves haven't gotten removed. I think you missed a couple.
Oh, probably, yeah.
Oh, that's okay. The stupid big trees, man, always get in the way. Anyway, to turn this back into the more interviewer, I guess while on the topic of Ultra Kick.
Yep.
How can I turn this into a question? What are your some? Okay, I'll just say, what are some of your favorite Ultra Kick Core moments?
Favorite Ultra Kick Core moments? Probably.
Yeah, I mean, if you can only say you could just say one if you don't want to think of a whole bunch or whatever. I'm not trying to say those are grand general. Now let's only talk about Ultra Kick Core for an hour or anything like that.
No, I know what you mean.
Since we brought it up,
let's think. Well, I would first and foremost, I would probably say the battle at the end of season 2 was good. The one between yourselves,
that was really good.
Bombastic, Dancing Myself. That was fun. I enjoy. I never got a kill in that fight. Danster got both of them, I think.
Right.
And I obviously killed Kazmik in the previous fight, but the fight with Kazmik was pretty short. And
you also got Sten, didn't you?
No, Dancer got Sten. Dancer got 3 kills that season.
Okay,
which I don't begrudge him. It was just the way it worked out. I spammed Bombastic at the end, so I would have killed him, but I spammed. So there you go. So that was
a very
pretty good.
Close match too. Man, you guys just rocked that healing.
Yeah, we had the healing. That's, I guess, it made the difference.
We had certainly the better weaponry though. It just could have gone either way.
Yeah, I guess that's what made an interesting battle. So contrast of fortunes. I enjoyed season 6. I enjoyed the PvE aspect. I'm naming all the seasons I won, but I enjoyed season 6. The PvE aspect particularly. The PvP was kind of short for me, and I didn't get that. Although I killed 3 people, the battles I got in weren't that long.
You were also the victor. But what was cool was that you got down to half a heart, didn't you? At one point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. As I said, PvE was a real challenge.
And you lost your teammate too.
Yep. Yeah. Kazmik was first dead, I think.
Yeah.
So it was an interesting dynamic, certainly, to play without a teammate for most of the game, with the knowledge that obviously other people were. I mean, you know yourself, because Darkblade died pretty early, didn't he?
Yeah. Now, but what's cool is that you got that notch apple really soon after too. So you had to constantly think okay, should I just use this now? Should I I'm at half a heart. Is it worth using, or should I just wait a little bit to get into PvP? And I think it's really cool that you managed to hold off on using it and still use it at a great time during PvP. And
I knew it was all I had to go on. You know what I mean? I wouldn't have been able to beat Spotters and Bombastic without it. So
it seemed like it could have been a movie, like that one temptation that you're so close to using, but you need to save it for something. It's kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean. Jack Sparrow had that one bullet that he kept refraining from using, even though he wanted to use it at several points.
Right.
And it ended up being a good thing that he kept on to it. So, that's definitely entertaining season for sure.
even the seasons I've not done so well in. I mean, season 5. Well, season 5 was good. I think everyone enjoyed season 5, regardless, because like no one won it. So, but
Right.
I know Alton did well at the very end, but it was just the overall season was good.
Yeah, that was definitely a fun one.
What other ones? Season 3. Yeah, season 3. Like, they were all good. That's the thing. It's hard to pick out individual moments. Season 3. Meeting Danster again.
Oh yeah, that was crazy. And then Bombastic was just charging at you guys. At that point.
And Sten,
You managed.
Sten got his crazy long shot on me as well.
Oh my gosh, that's right. Season 3 was very entertaining, regardless of who you were. I think.
With all due respect, I would say season 4 is probably the least entertaining.
No, I would agree with that.
But that's not because I died. That's probably the earliest I've died in any season. It's not.
That's also the earliest I've died. In
okay.
Season, so.
Oh yeah, were you first dead, and then I was second
I
dead
was
or something.
First dead. I died on the second episode.
I think I died in the third episode or second, one of the two. But I mean, like, obviously you can't stop. You know, it was impossible to stop someone from getting 4 kills or whatever. But I mean, you could argue season 6 wasn't entertaining because most of the fights happened right at the very end.
Yeah,
but,
except.
I mean,
like you said, you know, it added a lot of PvE opportunities. Like you had a really cool PvE experience, and
wait, not getting light cheats. Oh, okay.
But yeah, you had, because like even though there wasn't PvP until around the end, you still had a very interesting PvE experience.
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of us did too. I mean, Dancer and Owlton, if I remember correctly, were hitting it really rough in the Nether and stuff as they were looking for a fortress. And even Joey and Flues, they had a lot of Nether trouble as well. So I think there was a lot of cool PvE aspects, even though the PvP around the end. And I think what would have made it worse is if everyone died by PvE.
Right,
that, we only had 2 PvE deaths. I think... No, we had 3 PvE deaths. That still left, 9 people for PvP, which was kind of cool.
Yeah, right.
I've got some more blocks for you.
Yeah, I was handing you some just in case you wanted to help or whatever.
No,
it's fairly self-explanatory. This initial part where you just have to fill in all the squares. There's some cobble there if you want.
Okay.
Although we might need to go get some more, but there we go.
Well, I think that might be all the time we have for this episode.
That's all right, yeah.
Got some more good questions in there. It's always a pleasure to talk to uninvited guests on my island.
Of course, no worries.
Maybe next episode I will have a little bit more progress done on this thing,
right?
And we can get some mobs dropping soon, and maybe we'll have another guest coming up. We'll see. So thank you as always, James, for joining.
No worries.
Heavily helping with this project that I had no idea what to do. I'd completely forgotten about this even design. So
right.
I appreciate you helping with stuff. Be sure to perhaps leave the extra gear you got before you leave, because
yeah.
You know, because everything counts.
Absolutely.
Thank you guys for watching. Make sure you check out James's channel. Obviously, I will have a link to that in the description.
Yep.
And then I will have also a link to the playlist of everybody's perspectives in the description as well, so you can check out either of those. James, do you have any parting words for this episode?
Nothing but thank you. It's been fun talking. I just wish my answers maybe had more clarity or whatever, but you know.
No, I think I understood them.
I'm used to editing things and having second takes and third takes and fifth takes and all that.
Oh, that's all right. I'm sure you did fine. Well, until next time we speak, James.
TTFN.
So long.
Ta-ta for now.
Yeah, ta-ta for now. Goodbye.